Justin Trudeau is making headlines again, but not for his policies or speeches. This time, it's a ski trip that has Canadians fuming. A viral video from Red Mountain Resort in British Columbia shows the Prime Minister being confronted by an angry citizen, and the backlash has been nothing short of explosive. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. What started as a seemingly innocent vacation has turned into a full-blown controversy. Reports of Trudeau skipping chairlift lines, disrupting hotel operations, and sparking chaos at the resort have left many Canadians asking, is this just another example of privilege and entitlement, or is it a sign of something deeper, a growing disconnect between Trudeau and the people he's supposed to serve? And it doesn't stop there. This incident has reignited debates about Trudeau's leadership, his priorities, and whether he's truly in touch with the struggles of everyday Canadians. From rising costs of living to housing crises, many feel that Trudeau's actions on the slopes are a symbol of a much larger problem. So, what really happened at Red Mountain? Why has this ski trip struck such a nerve with Canadians? And what does it mean for Trudeau's future as Prime Minister? Stick around because we're breaking it all down, and trust me, you don't want to miss this. Before we continue, I'd love to ask for a small favor. If you're enjoying this content, consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Did you know that over 98% of viewers watch without subscribing? Your support is completely free and makes a huge difference, helping us create more of the content you love. Thank you so much for considering it. Now, let's get back to the video. It all started with a now viral video filmed at Red Mountain Resort. In the clip, a woman approaches Trudeau on the slopes. At first, she seems polite, but then she delivers a scathing message.
Mr. Prime Minister.
Yeah. Hi.
Please get the f out of BC.
Have a wonderful day, ma'am.
Yeah, you suck.
Trudeau's reaction? He looked stunned but tried to maintain his composure. The woman walked away, but the damage was already done. The video quickly spread across social media, with many Canadians applauding the woman for speaking her mind. Others criticized her for being disrespectful. But the overwhelming sentiment was clear. Frustration with Trudeau is at an all-time high. The confrontation wasn't the only thing that upset people. Reports from the resort claim that Trudeau and his security team caused major disruptions for other skiers. Witnesses say the Prime Minister and his entourage repeatedly skipped long chairlift lines, leaving families and kids waiting in the cold. Chairlift lines at Red Mountain can stretch for over an hour, especially during peak times. For many, seeing Trudeau bypass the line felt like a blatant display of privilege. It wasn't just about the inconvenience, it was about the message it sent. While ordinary Canadians waited their turn, Trudeau seemed to be enjoying special treatment. The controversy didn't stop at the slopes. Guests at the nearby Josie Hotel reported that Trudeau's security detail caused chaos in the lobby and valet area. One guest described the scene as a complete mess, with bodyguards and staff taking over the space and making it difficult for other vacationers to enjoy their stay. Resort employees reportedly looked stressed as they tried to manage the commotion caused by Trudeau's presence. My experience at the Josie Hotel was utterly ruined by the presence of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his entourage. Trudeau and his goons took over half the rooms, leaving regular guests like myself feeling like second-class citizens. The arrogance was palpable, and his security detail cutting in front of families and children in lines, completely disrupting the peaceful atmosphere that one expects from a ski resort getaway. For many, this was just another example of Trudeau's alleged entitlement. Critics argue that if he wanted to avoid disrupting others, he could have rented a private facility or made more discreet arrangements. Instead, his presence at a public resort felt like an exercise in privilege. The backlash to Trudeau's ski trip has been intense. Social media exploded with criticism, with many Canadians expressing their frustration over what they see with their struggles. One commenter wrote, "This lady just spoke for 41 million Canadians. Thank you so much. The timing of the trip only made things worse." While Trudeau was skiing, many Canadians were dealing with skyrocketing costs of living, housing crises, and food insecurity. Food bank usage is at an all-time high, and many families are struggling to make ends meet. For them, seeing the Prime Minister on a luxury vacation felt like a slap in the face. Another commenter summed it all up. Highest attendance rate at food banks, and he is skiing the slopes of Red Mountain. Clearly shows where his priorities are at. Shameful. This isn't the first time Trudeau's vacations have caused controversy. In 2016, he faced backlash for a trip to the Aga Khan's private island, which was later ruled a violation of ethics laws. In 2021, he vacationed in Tofino on Canada's first National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, sparking outrage for what many saw as a tone-deaf decision. Now, the Red Mountain incident is being added to the list. Critics argue that Trudeau's leisure activities often come across as out of touch, especially during times of national hardship. Some have defended Trudeau, pointing out that as a sitting prime minister, he requires a security detail. And that's true. His safety is a legitimate concern. But many are questioning why he didn't take steps to minimize the disruption. Couldn't he have rented a private chalet? Or chosen a less crowded time to visit the resort? Instead, his decision to vacation at a public ski resort during peak season felt like a display of privilege. For many Canadians, this isn't just about security, it's about respect. Respect for the people who are waiting in line, paying for their vacations, and trying to enjoy a break from their own struggles. The ski trip controversy is just the latest in a series of incidents that have fueled public frustration with Trudeau. Many Canadians feel that he prioritizes his own leisure and progressive initiatives over addressing the real issues they face. Rising costs of living, housing shortages, and food insecurity are just a few of the challenges Canadians are grappling with. And yet, Trudeau's actions often seem to send the message that he's more focused on his own comfort than on solving these problems. The viral confrontation at Red Mountain has reignited calls for Trudeau to step down or call a federal election. Many Canadians are eager for change, hoping for leadership that is more in tune with their needs and concerns. But whether Trudeau will listen to these calls remains to be seen. For now, the controversy serves as a stark reminder of the growing divide between political leaders and the citizens they serve. One of the biggest takeaways from this controversy is how it highlights Trudeau's growing image problem. For years, he was seen as a charismatic leader who could connect with Canadians on a personal level. But incidents like this ski trip are chipping away at that reputation. Critics argue that Trudeau's actions are creating a perception of elitism, one where he's seen as a leader who enjoys the perks of his position, while ordinary Canadians struggle. This perception isn't just about vacations or chairlift lines, it's about trust. A recent poll showed that trust in Trudeau's leadership is declining, with many Canadians feeling that he's more focused on optics than on delivering real solutions. Political analysts warn that this could have serious consequences for his party in the next election. For Trudeau, the challenge now isn't just about damage control. It's about rebuilding trust with Canadians. But with controversies piling up, that might be easier said than done. So what do you think? Is this just another overblown controversy, or is it a sign of deeper issues with Justin Trudeau's leadership? From the viral confrontation on the slopes to the growing frustration among Canadians, this ski trip has become more than just a vacation. It's a symbol of the widening gap between political leaders and the people they serve. As Trudeau faces mounting criticism, the question remains, can he rebuild trust with Canadians, or is this the beginning of the end for his time as Prime Minister? One thing is certain, moments like this don't just fade away. They stick in people's minds and shape how leaders are remembered. We want to hear from you. Do you think Trudeau's actions were justified, or do you agree with the growing calls for accountability? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a story about the controversies shaping our world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.